Everyone wants to be happy, right? In fact, don't we live in pursuit of happiness? But the question is to ask ourselves, how happy are we really? What if we could tell you that if you change the way you view yourself, you could increase your happiness and maybe change your life? Let's introduce you to Dr. Koster. Now, Dr. Koster, you are a medical doctor first.
Yes.
And you've written a new book called A New Language for Life.
That's right. Isn't it exciting?
It's a very exciting. Congratulations.
Yes. Well, thank you.
So how did you get from scientist, which doctors are,
yes,
to get to this new language of life, changing our view, changing our happiness? How did you marry those two?
Well, this has been a journey for me. I have had some personal experiences and challenges, of course.
Haven't we all? Right?
Like anybody else.
I want to tell our viewers a little backstory here, though, first, before we really get into this new language. And that is, you had pain from an early childhood because you had a hard time speaking, right? That's
right. When I was about 7, 8 years old, I had a speech impediment. I stammered. And at that time, you know, that is pretty difficult for a young person, socially, and so it was something that I was struggling with. And I noticed that when I allow myself to be defined by my speaking, which was that I was a stammerer, it kept me back in life. And the moment that I allowed for the speaking, just allowed myself to be the space of it and just be able to be with the discomfort, be able to be with people who were maybe laughing at me or felt uncomfortable, seeing that, you know, that I was not going to die when someone was going to be laughing or having a strange look or something.
Because so, you were still Louis, right?
That's right. The essence of who I am was unchanged. And I think that is the essence of a new language for life, that no matter what happens with you, the essence of who you are doesn't change. What
I'm hearing you say,
yes,
and that you want our viewers to get, is that we're not defined by circumstances. So if you go through a divorce, you have a financial collapse, or you do lose someone you love very much, that you can pick back up and still find happiness and be happy internally because you're not defined by your external circumstances.
Exactly, Judith. It is, we do not realize in the way that we live our life, that when something happens that is disastrous, that is completely unexpected, that the essence of who we are is completely untouched. We are still capable. Who we are is still intact.
You've seen humanity,
yes,
as a physician,
yes,
at their very most suffering points,
yes,
deeply in pain.
Absolutely.
And tell us a little bit about that experience that helped you to arrive where you are today in terms of the philosophy of language.
I've had the privilege of working as a medical doctor for Doctors Without Borders, for the Red Cross, and for other organizations in countries like Angola and Liberia, the Sudan, so basically countries where there was a war, a civil war, and I worked with refugees. So what I've seen is that despite the circumstances of a person's life, I have seen courage, I've seen the dignity of the human spirit coming forth inside of these situations. So a human being is not defined by the circumstances. You are much bigger than you think you are.
And you want people, I can feel that you want people to grasp that human spirit. That's a wonderful phrase, to grasp it and to rise above it.
The philosophy that is behind it is how we view ourselves. Like, if we want to have impact in the world, is by changing the way we view ourselves. That is what allows us to speak a new language where we can impact the world, that is inclusive, that is caring, that has got dignity, that carries the human spirit in our heart. We had the same movement, yes.
People can go to your website to get some complimentary videos on how they can get more in depth than what we're talking about today.
Absolutely, yes.
To take that look inside, change that view of ourselves, and move forward and develop that human spirit that I think we all have.
Absolutely.
If you could have one statement to the world, about what they could do right now, today, to start to get a different view of themselves, what would you say?
If there are things that you have planned for yourself, that you were committed to in doing today, and you decided not to do it because you say to yourself, I can't do it, I'm not worthy, I'm not capable, I don't deserve it, then doing it anyway is where you demonstrate to yourself and the world that you are much bigger than you think you are. It is an action that you demonstrate and that you are changing the view that you have of yourself. So thank you.
So grasp that inner
Yes.
and develop that power,
Absolutely,
right, to
yes.
change it.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
Doctor,
yeah.
thanks so much for being with
You're
us.
welcome.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you tomorrow.